Hej, tu Miłosz z przyszłości. Jeśli jesteście w kiepskim nastroju, albo jeśli macie triggery, które są powiązane z abuse, z krzywdzeniem zwierząt, z różnymi rzeczami. Naprawdę jest bardzo dużo tutaj ciężkich tematów poruszanych w tej grze. Nie jest nic pokazane, oprócz tam szkieleta jednego i coś takiego, ale jest bardzo dużo komunikowane, więc będzie jeszcze tam spis triggerów, postaram się wszystkich na dole w opisie, ale be warned, oddaję głos Miłoszowi, który jeszcze nie pograł w tą grę. Hej. Witam w kolejnym odcinku Jedną sztukę, proszę, gdzie patrzymy na gry indie, które raczej głównie nie są na Steamie, które są na itch.io albo gdzieś indziej, w różnych miejscach znajdywane i są zazwyczaj tworzone przez jedną osobę albo bardzo, bardzo mały zespół. I dzisiejszą grą jest gra, która się nazywa Before the World Ended. Zmieniamy na grę. To jest gra slash poezja wizualna, tak można to nazwać chyba? Zobaczymy. Okay. Continue. The very last flower grew in concrete. Intense. Intensywne. Mhm. Ooh. Ooh. Well. Oh. Interesting. Interesujące. To chyba nikt nam... Okej, nie mówi do nas. A flower is all the world's impossibility. She is the great subduer of sleep, the great one that overcomes and opens simply to see, simply to be free. She twists, she dances. Her scent glides on every breeze. She is the exploding result of impossible dreams. Okay. Yep. Okay, poem 2. A flower is the outcome of ambition, a monument to will, unrelenting. She knew not to stay still and realize her own being. Ever so gently, she is the one that glides between then and now and never again, no place in particular. The complete disregard of whens and wheres. The face she bears is stubborn and proud. She declares her colors quite loud. Okay. Interesting. A flower is a secret finally told. Earth holds her like a whisper. When she's realized, she finally withers, perhaps forgotten, perhaps granted remembrance, as a dedication to that sublime resemblance, which burns and illuminates every being's heart. She is the surmounted mark of divine art that overcame both light and dark. Okay. A flower is like every dream. She reaches for the sky, too stubborn to die. Unforgiving, her aspirations are too high. She struggles from the ground, Surroundings crowd her out. The world tries to drown her, tries to push her down. Know your place, they always say, as they bury a growing grace. They teach her to beat herself, giving lessons in self-hate. O, idziemy drugą stronę tego, gdzie jesteśmy. Okej. Oh. Okay. Here are a million ways to hide a budding face, but the only thing she knows is her own promise of a brighter day. Somewhere in the distance, a flower whispers, "Help." Whoa! 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 We are the flower. Whoa! Ho, ho, whoa! Ho. Okay. Intensywne. Podobają mi się te efekty na tym małym pyłku kwiatu. It's very neat. Nie wiem, czy mam jakiś cel. Na razie po prostu ląduję kwiatkami i próbuję rosnąć w tych miejscach. Jakbym się poruszał. Albo skakał pomiędzy kwiatkami. Mogę na tej istocie. O. Ohoho. Mogę tutaj? Średnio chyba. A nie, mogę. Okej, skaczemy wyżej. O? Okej. Oh boy. Na stopie wylądowaliśmy. There you go. That's how it goes sometimes. Tam może? Idziemy? O! O! This tree was precious once, forever ago. It dared to grow in a time when they asserted complete dominion over nature, over all life here. Co to jest? Obawiam się to kliknąć. Okej, czyli to jest reset aktualnego. Dobra. Okej. Oh my gosh. Well. This is nice and disturbing. Look at that. That is amazing looking. To jest jak Beksińskiego obraz for reals. Like this is cool stuff. Są rzeczy do zbierania, I suppose. Okay, my god. Looks very neat. Musimy na... O, nie, jest okej. Fade gently. Self-induced extinction and destructive tendencies. Painting methane skies and boiling seas. You see, it doesn't matter if we all die, since no one else would know. After all, we were just another dot in the sky. There's a storm today. It hovers over towering concrete structures, pelting steaming buildings with something that's not water. It's the first rain in 8 years the world over. Rain is so rare it became myth. I'm told rain used to be water, but this is not water. The air is filled with an anxious dread. This may be the last rain. The last. Everything is the last. This place is dying. No. Stories of how this place once was exist as whispers. Forests filled with living trees, plants, food, rivers, whatever you could drink, air you could breathe, all free, heresy, urban legends, some long dead elders told children. Today they caught the poet. The rain seems to be a strange type of omen. The sky weeps for what they've done to her. I think their actions squandered the possibility that they could ever change. They are not capable of better. This is who they are, who they decided to be, and so a light was extinguished today. They made their choice over and over in this dying hour. There is indeed nothing worth saving. She did nothing to deserve this. She drew pictures and wrote words. One of the elites decided he would own her. When great men see something remarkable, they must have it. It's that desire to take something free, to capture it, have it, frame it, break it. Their drive to exercise power over life. She reminded them of life. They broke her. How powerful they are. Tense. How powerful they are. In this dying hour, humanity finally How powerful they are. In this dying hour, humanity finally departs for the stars. The sky is their destiny, or so all the propagandists say. Treasured keepsakes, glory, money, power, and their elite. They gathered it up. Znowu źle przeczytałem. Zły pacing mam w głowie czasami. Treasured keepsakes, glory, money, power, and their elite. They gathered it all into great ships that tore through the clouds, past the sun, far away from here. They believed they outgrew this planet. With maps and charts, they prove elsewhere would be better suited for their unending growth. How a tumor grows. If a tumor is removed from the body, the tumor dies. The body stands a chance to survive. It would seem foolish to believe that another planet could support them like Earth did. Earth created them, fed them. Their bodies belong to Earth. Intricate interdependencies that they never grasped. They needed Earth. Earth did not need them. Maybe they should have listened to the poet. Maybe. Maybe today is their own undoing. Earth is finally free, but the spirit of that poet, as it rains, Earth weeps. She didn't deserve this. Oh, cool. Bardzo fajnie antykapitalistyczny poemat. Pierwszego kwiatka nie do końca jeszcze załapałem. Musiałbym drugi raz przejść. O, mogę jeszcze raz przeczytać o kwiatku chyba. Ale musiałbym skupić się i jeszcze raz to wszystko przeczytać, żeby grasp it. Tak zazwyczaj mam z poematami. Poematy się mówi? Poems. I don't know. Nie czytam zbyt dużo poezji. A jak ją czytam, to wolno mi idzie łapanie. Ale to ten tutaj był dosyć oczywisty przez dosyć oczywiste nawiązania do chciwości ludzkiej i tak dalej. Dobra, lecimy dalej. Dalej uwielbiam ten ogród ciał. Jest naprawdę makabrycznie piękny. O, to jest bardzo beksińskie. Oh my god, look at this! That is beautiful. Nie wiem, gdzie idziemy. O. Czy tam, czy tu? O? Przemieszczamy się do tego punktu. Podejrzewam, że nie jest już tak daleko. 41,204 reposts. Nie przeczytałem do końca, co tam było napisane. She's a liar, coś takiego. Interesting. Trochę social media aspect to it. Oh, interesting. The Last King of Mars. Just to be clear, it wasn't the first time that humanity decided to populate other planets. The attempt has been made before, unsuccessfully, I might add. It's a matter of perspective. You must understand, such endeavors take trial and error, as well as great sacrifice. This is the dilemma. Without humanity's visionaries, humanity might long have succumbed to various existential fates. True utilitarianism bets on visionaries securing infinite futures, even if at the expense of momentary comfort. Wars, famines, poverty, and inequality are a small price to pay for attaining these futures, especially when reaching for the stars. Sacrifices are in order. Although it's always someone else that must make the sacrifices, ironically, those demanding the sacrifices never made any themselves. That is true. That is damn true. Those demanding our sacrifices live in comfort. The few that wield power over the rest of us are a grand spectacle of wealth. They convinced us that their wealth was hard-earned, that they, the elite, are all around better humans and therefore deserving of such advantages. Everyone else falls in line again and again and again, or so these stories go. A long time ago, before most of the history was destroyed, and along with it most of these stories, there lived two of the world's wealthiest and most powerful men. No, not like now. These two were wealthier than ever, and anything after them. These two were wealthier than ever and anything after them. Their wealth rivaled anything ever witnessed. It took the efforts of the entire planet and bitter collective sacrifice to put them on such a pedestal. And they sure did earn it. Chyba było napisane, przyszło. They lived in unfathomable richness. New numbers had to be invented to reflect their value. The world and anything in it was owned by these two. Everyone else needed the money in order to put food on the table and maintain a comfortable quality of life, so this wealth gap remained relatively unchallenged. The two richest men that ever lived couldn't agree on who owned what, so they split the world in half. It took even more unchallenged, bitter sacrifice on part of the collective to make this possible. Families, homes, cities were divided overnight. The tragedies were countless, but necessary, so that the two might finally have peace and represent humanity as its true luminaries. It was too hard for them to share the Earth, so they started catastrophizing why humanity must finally leave Earth if anyone was to survive. It was true. The world was too small for everyone. It could end at any moment. Our resources were running out too. Scarcity was common. Earth could not support the infinite growth of wealth. So they devised a plan to send humanity to Mars. This made sense. Mars was a close planet, just within reach. The only caveat was that Mars was much more dead than Earth, much more of an unsuitable climate, much more unlivable, but Mars could be terraformed, with the last remaining resources left on Earth, to make it a suitable replacement planet. The luminaries had spoken. They had their wealth behind them. What fool could possibly argue? Eventually, the two richest people that ever lived left with a large chunk of the world's inhabitants. They needed a suitable workforce to terraform Mars. Bigger numbers meant better sacrifices could be made. The two richest people that ever lived also left with an immeasurable amount of Earth's scarcest resources, all to Mars. They successfully arrived, albeit with very little left. Sacrifices had to be made. That was a given. Those that survived the trip were happy just to be included and to begin work on the new home planet. Although the efforts of the workforce were not enough, slowly the numbers dwindled. There simply was not enough to support the vision of these great men. Most everyone starved. Science had failed them. Humanity had failed them. Everyone died except the two great men, the two last surviving humans on that distant planet. Such a spectacle for the human race. They still could not agree on who owned Mars, so the cycle of hoarding what was left continued, with fortunes slowly dwindling. Eventually one outlived the other. It was a glorious day to finally have a true victor, the greatest luminary to ever live. He was the visionary that succeeded through this entire ordeal and brought greatness to Mars. Since he outlived the others, he could finally be the self-pronounced richest man to have ever lived. Tears of joy ran down his face. This was all he ever wanted. He was the king of Mars. Either way, the story is ancient history. We are not to talk about it. It is demoralizing to talk that way about our elite, and we have to support all efforts to leave Earth once and for all. It's an old story passed down from long dead people that made their sacrifices long ago. Grim. But yeah. You know what? Oh yeah. Ain't that just the thing? There's just only one war, people. It's class war. Only one that matters. Okay. Ooh, she's a liar. There are always two sides to a story. Oh, interesting. What's happening now? I'm lost to you again. Condemned silence of a burden. I know you visit too often, reminding I'm in bitter loneliness, crushed by the butchery of moment. You are a stolen future. I beg, can I have my dreams back, how they once called to me? I search for their promises made to me sweetly, shining between the countless prisms of dreaming eyes. Their promised tomorrow, now taken, a lost never to be returned or made right, and I will never know why. You are possibility not to. Oh. You are possibility not to be realized. Call it by name, injustice. Cruel and cold, you are aggravating and bitter, burning my eyes, casting giant plumes of smoke to spite my sky and blot out its sun that will never again shine. My heart beats weakly with you chained to my breath, mocking a loss that I cannot accept, this angered realization of a stolen future. One, if only, that will no longer be, yet you happened, and I will never understand why. Here it is that I ask again and again and again. Why? Why is the most consuming of questions? Why's pointless twisting path leads me back to the beginning after another end? Why did it happen? Why didn't I? Why did I do to deserve this? Please just tell me why. Why reaps my own judgment that I saw in these bitter moments where I wonder why? So dreams, I bury you here between these aching words. Goodbye. Interesting. 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 It is your fault. Interesting. Można by to bardzo na początku prosto interpretować jako relationship thing. Ale I don't know. I don't know. I don't know yet. Mamy tutaj kolejny przed sobą. Tu jest pełno kwiatków. Look at that. Don't mind me. Ooh. Ooh. This is... Piątka. Don't think about... O, zaczyna się zresztą z małej litery, ciekawe. Don't think about how hard you've had it. Think about how good you will have it. As long as you are fighting, you have a chance, but what remains after? Pain is temporary, death is permanent. In moments bereft, counting what's left, and yet they could never take everything from me. Even if I must live to relieve memories, will never claim all of me. Against all odds, quite stubbornly, there will always be a piece left. That piece, a seed, will always regrow the same way as nature reclaims my hope. I too will, from what remains earth, Earth knows how to survive. Like her, I can thrive. As long as I'm alive, I can weather every coming storm. As long as I have a mind of my own, I can see hopefully past points of view, struggling with perception, sowing seeds from what's left. Even if just barely, this is my message, burden and painful truth, just so he knows you didn't completely destroy what you couldn't have. Podoba mi się ten poemat, ponieważ jest po prostu taki po prostu taki stream of consciousness trochę, przez to, że nie ma liter, nie ma kropek, jedno długie, dziwne takie zdanie i zaczyna się z mojej litery. Interesting. Like that. Okej, czas iść w miasto. Nasiono samo ląduje po jakimś czasie. Więc głównie tak skaczę, dopóki i nie ląduje. Zależy od miejsca. Czasami dłużej, czasami krócej. This looks cool. Look at that. Jeez. I shall try. Rozumiem, że te poematy to jest część pamięci i mamy przynieść ich 7, 8, 9, 10? 10 poematów. We can do that. O, interesujące. Kiedy się przybliżam, it's all gooifying. People were gripped by panic and confusion, pandemonium. The world was ending again. This time, the world was really ending, not like the last time when the populace was told that civilization would collapse. To make their final arrangements, to call their loved ones, taxes had to be raised to prevent such doom. No, not even like the time before that, when they were told that the world was ending because of the catastrophic megavirus and all poor, elderly and disabled had to be disposed of to sustain our quality of life. Certainly unlike the time before that, when another global war erupted, resulting in a cataclysmic food shortage, and only the elite could eat because they needed the surge in profits to save civilization. No, not like those times. This time it was actually ending. A local political figure, someone fairly unimportant until now, leaked information about an asteroid approaching Earth. A very large thing that would surely end all life as we know it. If we don't do something now, we would all have to work together, sacrifice, recycle, and cut back on resources to make survival possible. Ha! No way. The populace was told to evacuate all residential areas and migrate to established safe zones. Bigger cities prepared to hold more people and better surveillance to keep things in order. Everyone would have to sacrifice, not like the last times, when regulations and rations were more lax. No, this time only the noblest and highest quality of sacrifice would do. Only then could we preserve our liberties and way of life. Everyone was to be relocated to the designated cities fit to survive a cataclysmic event like an asteroid or meteorite. The size remained unclear. All that was known was that it could kill all life on Earth, or at least most of it, at any moment. A local political figure, someone fairly unimportant until he bravely stepped up to inform the public of humanity's pending demise, would surely be re-elected come next voting cycle. Photos of him shaking hands with the rich and powerful graced every news outlet. Humanity's elite once more stepped up to the task. Everyone else was asked to make appropriate sacrifices to once again support their endeavors. It was made very clear that Earth was a dangerous place. Humans couldn't survive here. Something was always out to kill them, especially poverty and war. No amount of support given to the very rich and very powerful elite could end poverty and war. No amount of sacrifice was enough. That final clarity could move mountains. The populace would have to build giant ships and eject this glorious human race into outer space. Only there could the human species survive. Everyone had to go. It was time to finally transcend Earth. Plans were put into motion to make such a feat possible. The elite organizing this would surely become even richer as a result of such efforts. They deserved it. They were hard-working geniuses. Their idea was a development plan like no other. A glorious feat of human accomplishment lay before them. Humans were finally leaving this unsuitable Earth. But first, sacrifices had to be made. No more dissent. Absolute unity was required to ensure success. Empathy is a weakness. We must be strong, they said. This will end well. This will end well. As we see, she pretends to be in pay for attention. You can't believe her. Look at that. We also have a little bit of a B story going on. Możliwe, że są połączone. O, 9, powiem. Okay. How much more, God? As much as you can stomach and more. Grief, fear, and dread. A crown of thorns to decorate my head. Weave a robe of dry tears long ago. Shed bitter jewelry to hang from my ears. They will wear me till I'm dead. How much more, God? I don't think you've suffered quite enough. Here's a relief, but I'll call it a bluff. None for me, and I know what's rough. When make-believe God says to you he wants no love, but submission, and soon enough, knees buckle, barbed wire heart hung, grief in the stomach to feel the lung. Too melodramatic. Then how would you like it snug? Up, down, or sarcastically cheery? It's the same feeling felt till I'm weary. So how should I wear my tired head when invented sources of hope answered but rarely? Hope I drink of you till I'm drunk, because when invented God does, my heart all but sunk. The odds aren't divided fairly, but there's a spark, some divine insinuation when it gets too dark. either ridicule, solemn sympathy, or bottomless hope in a hopeless situation, something to feel in me. Still, I consistently return to the beginning. Yes, God, it's me that you hear singing, since I'm so decorated with punishment before any sinning, holding on to you, them, it, then promises of better tomorrows, asking of you, from desperate to gently, how much more? Trials of circumstance are far too plenty. I've said it before, you've heard it and still hear it all more. Thorns how you like it, stones for the feast, reap what's not sown, all crops for the beast. It doesn't get any easier, you just get stronger. Beneath these all too familiar moments, where all that's left is to beg, emotions swing from broken to solemn, invisible deities are no source of strength. In moments like these you can clearly see ridiculous persistence. Strength is never heaven sent, it's broken pieces scattered where things look dark, as gathered pieces that remain, sewn together for a brand new start. Not much more, I think. Strength comes from the heart. That's a cool one. That's a neat one. Listen. That sounded cool to me. Nie znam się na poezji. I like that, though. Lord and Savior, ile tu jest. Friends and family abound. Here we go. Number 7. Even as I stare into the absolute pit of eternity's gripping darkness, I can see the radiant hope of stars. Look how beautiful you are. And I can say that I knew you. In this winding display of lost moments and chance. Even I hear its music tonight. Among a whirlwind of planets and knotted seconds that dance. I'm carried by rays of invisible light. Holding an endless stream of memories that slip from my hands, that slip right out of sight. Still how alive you are, unafraid of stillness. Hearts that generously hear. Oh. Still how alive you are, unafraid of stillness. Hearts beat generously here, just to give us another moment. Even in the precious moment, surrender. All things pass, as time immeasurable reaches past. To race away into the cosmic splendor of forever. I, the sandcastle facing tides of carefully measured seconds, claim this space that I am from grains of counted sea glass. For even among the radiant hope of stars, before death, unknown dreams, heartbeats, precious breath, I am a moment in these cosmos too. Interesting. Mamy jeszcze 3. To by się zgadzało. Ale coś tam jeszcze świeci do tego. So. Najpierw pójdziemy tam, I suppose. Możemy się jeszcze przemieszczać rosnąc, ale to o wiele wolniej idzie. Bo nie możemy aż tak daleko. Możemy tylko troszeczkę. Oh, look at that. So meta commentary about the author. That's interesting. Seemingly. Ooh, life became abstract. That's no good. Never good when that happens. I had one of these dreams once. It was strange. I never understood what it meant. It was about how we forgot the earth. We stopped telling stories about nature and living in it. Our fantasies stopped being about living among the other living beings here. We started telling stories only of ourselves, the way of life we created outside of everything. It became the only reality, and nothing else existed to us. Well, commentary about media. Eventually, we stopped seeing nature entirely. We kept it at such a distance that it disappeared to us as a concept. We kept devouring it to sustain the way of life we created. Earth eventually disappeared from reality altogether. None of this was necessary. We just convinced ourselves that it was inevitable until we forgot that it wasn't always like this, that it didn't need to be like this. Earth turned barren. We resented being on it more and more. Now we talk about leaving it. I think, in a way, this feels like the end of us too. It started with our stories. We just couldn't see life outside of ourselves. Life became abstract. Fun little skull. I'm sorry, it isn't fair. It wouldn't be like this if enough of us cared. Disenfranchised. I can't help but wonder, what fee do you pay for bottled air? Does it kill you slow or stave off death? Does the world end with a crash or in a struggling breath? What is the going price for the last seed? Is the trash you're drowning in recycled or green? Will you struggle to replant lost forests? Are any even left? I'm sorry. I used the last water to keep the lawn green. Green, green. It was also symbolically green. And you're not a popular topic for the scrutiny of neighbors, talk show hosts, and our two-sided debates. It would be different. But as it relates, there was an issue with funding to save you some rain and a non-toxic breeze. Tomorrow wasn't a good investment opportunity, and our campaigns didn't have enough money. And our money was used to cut down all the trees, because a dead tree was worth more to us than one that was living, breathing, being. Yeah. That's how it goes. 3 mamy jeszcze miejsca. Oh yeah, tak, 3. Ma to sens. Pain is just a call for attention. Interesting. No. Jest też environmental message, a little bit of... what the heck is this? If someone important, powerful wants to hurt you, and then enough people benefit from it, everyone will look away. They will let the person do what they want. If that important person catches any consequences for what they did, they will make you out to be the villain. They will call you a liar, unhinged, crazy, not worth believing. You're just doing this for attention. Everyone else will tell you that you let it happen, that your pain is not real, that you are traumatizing others by sharing it. You become the nuisance. Can't you just go away? Nothing about you is real anymore. When someone important hurts you, nothing about you is real anymore when someone important hurts you. The important person can do whatever they want, if enough people benefit from them. That's the rule. Social order is built on this. If you make enough noise about what the important person did to you, the people will decide that you are crazy, that you are too broken and not worthy of attention, that something is wrong with you because you're still bringing it up. If enough time has passed, then you are not allowed to be upset about it anymore. You must come to terms with the fact that you will never have accountability or closure. There's an expiration date placed on how upset you are allowed to be about it. People get tired of hearing about it. They want to go back to benefiting from the influential, important, powerful person. You are in the way. There is nothing you can do. If you decide to make noise about it, you will have to make the pleasant type of noise. The type of noise that allows others to build their platitudes on you. To make themselves look good for caring. That caring is a public performance. Once the caring runs its course, you must accept that nothing will be done to hold anyone accountable. If you want them to actually walk their talk, then you are a nuisance and a liar. If you make noise, then you will always be the liar. If you decide to say nothing, then they will condemn your silence. They will say that you knew something but let it happen. That you were the one that could have stopped the powerful person, but you have said nothing. That you could have done more. There's nothing you can do that will ever be right. Your pain is not real to them. Your pain is only as real as those that benefit from believing you. I have nothing left to say. I've said it all every possible way. Because of that, I am crazy. Still, I hold out hope that I will be believed, but that maybe something will happen and it will matter enough to be wrong. But in the end, everyone fell in line. If you don't believe me, you can go see for yourself. See what they did to her. She's still where they left her, waiting for something, anything. Yeah, that's how it goes. We have proof of that over and over again. This is rough stuff. To będzie wymagało dużo trigger warnings w opisie. Rough stuff. True, but rough. Alright. Mamy jeszcze 3 do zebrania. Widzę 2. Jest trzeci. Lubiłem go po drodze. Może gdzieś tam jest. Musimy się wspiąć na budynki. W jakiś sposób. Możemy się wspiąć na budynki? Wow. Tak średnio? I'm cheating a little bit, I think. Nie wiem, czy jest cheating w tej grze, ale czuję się, jakbym nie do końca robił to, co chcą, żebym robił. Chyba? Chociaż kto wie. O nie! O, I screwed up. Myślałem, że przeskoczę. Poczułem. Próbujemy to jeszcze raz zrobić. O man, szybko spada strasznie. Okej, spróbujemy tak się wspiąć. Na pewno jest łatwiejszy sposób na zrobienie tego. Ale na razie próbujemy tak. O! To jest koniec naszej podróży? Nie, jeszcze tutaj możemy. I there we go. O nie. There we go. Okej. Mamy... Tu światełko. I przestałem wszędzie indziej widzieć światła. Ain't that just the way? Nie, nie udało się. O, teraz się udało. Okej, możesz wylądować. Chyba z tego nic nie wyjdzie. Nie za bardzo. No, no. Okej, musimy tak, tamtą stronę chyba. Oh no! There we go. Okej. No? Oh man. Okej, there we go. Tam mamy światełko, Gareth. Tutaj musimy spaść. Nie widzę alternatywy trochę. O nie! Well. Poddrepczemy sobie po ziemi, póki tam nie będziemy. Chyba poddreptaliśmy tyle, ile można poddreptać. A nie, jeszcze trochę jest tam miejsca. Nie wiem, gdzie tu jest światełko. Gdzie jest światełko? Prawie nad nami. Okej. Możemy zacząć się wspinać tutaj chyba. Come on. Come on. O, come on. There we go. Okej, gdzie jest to światełko? Ciekło mi. What? One podróżują? Czy to możliwe? Is that possible? Jest gdzieś tutaj. Dobra, mamy dwa tutaj. Na tym się skoncentrujemy na razie. Ups. There we go. O, wysokie budynki. Okej. O, jesteśmy. Nie wiem, czy one się nie przemieszczają, te światła. Nie, chyba nie. O, to jest ta wieża. Okej. Byłem tu już kiedyś. Chyba. Jest wysoko, kurczę. Spróbujemy się wspiąć. Kurczę, to będzie trochę trudne, myślę. Możemy w taki sposób. Okej. Ja. O, nawet wyżej. Prawie. Okej. O. Okej. Okej. Jesteśmy tam, gdzie wydawało mi się, że było światło. O, jest. Bingo bango. The little ones. Okay. Ever since anyone could remember, humankind had to assert that they are the best, the most superior being on this burnt, worn earth. Humanity is better, smarter, more powerful than anything ever lived. We thought this for so long that we forgot why we started believing it in the first place. Eating the world, draining the water, cutting the forests, creating deserts that stretch from one end to the other. To sustain this, need to prove to ourselves that we are better. To sustain this need to prove to ourselves that we are better. A dead tree is more valuable to us than a living one, a dried river more profitable than one that holds water, because scarcity is good. Life is a resource to us. Our greed is a necessity. It serves a greater purpose. That purpose is us. Ever since I could remember the strangled life This eventually grew into not tolerating any life other than our own. Men had to snuff out what remained of the birds, the insects, the other life, literally anything else living and breathing. They couldn't tolerate pets anymore. Some justification or another. I can't recall. There was always justification. It always made sense. I used to believe it until I got to know what we were killing. Somewhere in the desert I found a small colony of birds, tiny things, I think. They were like sparrows or a type of hummingbird, like in the old books. I was appalled at first, then in awe. I never saw something else other than us. They were so small, jumping around, busy doing little silly things. They could fly. I never saw anything like it. How wonderful that must have felt to them. How the air carried them here and there. They were afraid of me, as they should be. I don't know why, but I kept going back to that place to see them. I know I should have I knew I should have told someone that birds lived there, especially since they lived so close to people and maybe posed a threat. Some justification as to why they are dangerous or another. Always justification, so that they could be exterminated. But I just couldn't get myself to tell anyone about them. I started bringing them food. I didn't know what they would eat, but seeing that they didn't have much, I brought water. Sometimes I mixed it with sugar. They started trusting me. The first time one drank from my hand, I cried. It was so small, so frail, but it trusted me. At first I didn't think they could feel. I didn't think that they could care or that they felt pain, but I don't know. I watched them. They cared for each other. That one that trusted me kept following me around. I thought at first that it just wanted food, but it didn't care about food anymore. It would play in my hair and I would pet it. It was so small. The longer I spent with it, the more I felt like I understood it. It had feelings. It liked things and disliked other things. I went back often. Sometimes I visited just to talk to them. There was something about them. It felt like they saw me. One time I was crying so hard, burying my face in my hands. I was lying on the ground crying, absolutely shattered about something bad that happened to me. Around people I had to hide when I was sad, because we called that a weakness. As I lie there, some of the little ones flew to me. The one I befriended sat on my face, attacking any other that came too close. I felt like it was protecting me. I felt like it cared. It wanted me to be okay. After that, I couldn't other them anymore. They were alive just like me. They cared about things just like me. They loved. They made me laugh. They could be so silly. I never felt loved the way I felt loved by them. Eventually someone followed me to that place and found the birds. They reported them. The exterminators came. When I went back to visit, their tiny bodies laid lifeless in the dirt. The one that I loved the most was holding on for dear life. I don't know why it fought so hard to stay alive. Why did it fight? Why did it care so much to keep living? I held it, crying, trying my best to tell it that I loved it. Somehow, I thought that if I loved it hard enough, and if it just understood how much I loved it, death would leave it alone. Something that's loved so much can't just die. I held it until its body grew cold and hard. I couldn't stop holding it. It felt wrong to put it down. I kept crying, telling it that I loved it, hoping that something would happen, but it was dead. Now I can't understand why something so small, so silly, a life so tiny, taught me what love is. They said of these birds that they don't feel, they care, that they are less than us, that they just function. But I don't understand anymore. How can we say that of something we never even got to know? How can we say that we are great when we kill something so small and precious, for no other reason than that it is alive and we are better than it? I can't understand. Something so precious, so loved, can't just go away after it dies. You can't just dissolve a spirit so beautiful. Something loved can't just vanish like that. I miss the birds. They didn't deserve us. Help. The tower called grief. Someone stole the sun. A tower called grief. It hovers just above me, casting its shadows periodically. Every day in my way I can see. I promise myself daily death. Not another breath longer, not another day beyond this one, another. I must brave. But I'm not brave. Still I am here, alive, my miracle. Maybe it's a miracle. If you say a terrible blessing undisguised, my breathing burdened, I wish I were no longer, just to escape that tower. I'm not stronger every day, a battle, every day, every moment a struggle. How horribly it all towers. I want justice. This is my end because I can't escape this shadow. Wherever madness goes, the saddest know it by name. I am abandoned before its gates. I am abandoned before its gates. This tower called grief. Still, towers crumble, gates rust, shadows dissolve. Someday, in some way, I'll find my way back to it. I'll find my way back to me. I'll be free. Oh yeah. I'm not reading that again. That was horrible. I mean, great, but rough. Poczułem się... Smutek poczułem. It worked on me, man. Ja jestem sucker dla... Jeśli chodzi o zwierzęta, krzywdzenie zwierząt. I'm a sucker for it. Znaczy sucker w takim sensie, że łatwo mnie złapać i wycisnąć ze mnie parę łez. Faith. Can I believe in fairy tales when all good it fails? Crushed beneath 1,000 hells of our own devising. Can I believe in love? Curiously I'm surmising when too many walk a heartless shells, cursed by that fate of the deaf and songless. And what peace would I find? Time wears even the strongest. And no, it's not all just fine. When I ask, will that same fate be mine? Breaking angels take the longest. To jest ten. Tak. Well, został jeden. Zobaczymy, czy uda się nam tam... Oh shit. Oh dang it, wpadliśmy w pułapkę. Look at that. That's okay. Poradzimy sobie? There we go. Bardzo nie lubię, kiedy tak... O! Robię. But you know what? Trzeba nie robić pułapek w takim razie, że mógł normalnie latać. Nie uda nam się chyba to. A nie, możliwe, że się uda. Yeah. We're good. Nawet tutaj się udało. Fantastic. Okay. Wee. Oh, come on! Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, that is rough. Oh. Oh, they really screwed us, man. Dobra. Po prostu pójdziemy tak. Nie ma się co z powrotem wspinać na razie i tak. Możemy spaść za chwilę. Oh yeah. Okej. A, nie przeskoczymy tego. No way. Ja. Nie wiem, czy to przeskoczymy nawet. A, przeskoczymy. Nice. O, ho, 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 ho. Okej. Whoa. Ah, man. Come on. O, okej. Czyli to nam... Okej. Come on. Come on. Oh, frick. Nie chcesz bardzo wyskoczyć na górę, co? A tak schodkami? Dang it. Oh man, bardzo nie chcę wyskoczyć po tej drodze. Bardzo chcę spaść na sam dół. That's just what it wants to do. Come on. Yeah. Spadamy na sam dół chyba. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, well. Będziemy się wspinać, jak będziemy wiedzieli, jakie miejsca w ogóle. Do jakiego miejsca musimy się wspiąć. Okej, to jest to. Dobra. Wysoko. Dobra. Let's do it. Jest ostatni kawałek. Zanim przyjdziemy do wieży czaszek. Aha. Ja. Okej. Trochę wyżej jesteśmy. Okej. Balkon. Okej, trochę przed nami. Dalej możemy spaść na sam dół. To się może znowu wydarzyć. Oh no! Tak jak teraz! This is difficult. It's tricky. Bo kontrolsy są crazy do tego. Nawet nie mogę przekazać, jak bardzo kontrolsy są crazy. But they are, believe me. Okej. Krok po kroku. Krok po kroku. Oh no. Come on. No. Czasami spadam jak cegła. I... O, nie ma za bardzo też znaczenia. O, na przykład teraz. Myślałem, że wyżej wespnę się, ale nie. Gra powiedziała no. You're not doing that. A po prostu nie chcę... Gra nie chce na myśli, a nie! We're doomed again. Dobra, może inaczej spróbujemy. Może spróbujemy wyjść tu na samą górę, bo to na pewno się udaje. Może wyjść na inny budynek. Że będzie łatwiej. Come on. Okej. Yes. Okej, dobra. I teraz... może na ten budynek... Oh, well. Okej, może na razie tutaj. Okej. Let's go. Okej, teraz tam. Jeśli nie spadniemy w międzyczasie, oczywiście. O, może nawet się uda... Nie, nie uda się tu. That's fine. Nie wiem, czy od wiatru zależy jakiegoś. Jest symulacja wiatru. Nie! Okej. Jesteśmy fuksem, ale jesteśmy... Pro gamer skills normalnie. Okej, alright, okej. Musimy wyjść na samą górę tego, więc... Spróbujemy najpierw tu. Okej. Teraz spróbujemy tu. No i tutaj to już nie ma za bardzo opcji. Musimy takim sposobem, bo nie widzę innych opcji niestety. No, coś nie chce współpracować. Okej. There we go. Oh Christ. Oh man. Okej, jesteśmy tu, gdzie byliśmy. No co okej. Come on. Okej. Jesteśmy tu, gdzie byliśmy. Znowu. Man. Dobra. Może musimy iść w tamtą stronę trochę. Żeby było więcej schodków dla nas. O, tu jest schodek. Gdzie jest następny jakiś? Tu. O, tu jest więcej w ogóle rzeczy. O, i nawet na ten trafiliśmy. Dobra. Tutaj. Gareth. Look at that. No, możemy spaść na sam dół. Nie ma co na laurach spoczywać. Okej. Okej. Dobra, spróbujemy stary trik. Aha. Aha. Okej. Yes! Did it. Don't you think it's strange that they died the way they did? Extinction. I think we will die up here. Oh, interesting. Look at that. I think maybe we will die up here. My colleague looks at me angered again. No, you can't speak like that. It is forbidden. You listen. We are making our voyage to a better place, and we do what's necessary to sustain our way of life. Hoarding is not forbidden. Some deserve more than others, and some are destined to be poor. Always. Yes, I agree. Overtaken by guilt. Always. I think we will die up here. What is that? It's called stare into the void, the bleakest emptiness. It's overtaking us and we are going nowhere. The stars glow, but behind them always hovers the pitch black reach of nothingness I dread. The supplies dwindle and borders have been drawn even in space. Even on this ship, people are hoarding and our elite do nothing to stop so all of us can live. Of course. The terminal spits out on a reading. It looks grim. I shudder to think there is a chance that we will never reach the other Earth. Well, guess what, buddy? I don't think we're going to survive. Yeah. Humanity, all of them, they left for the stars and died up there. There was nowhere else to go all along. We made a mistake coming here, you all know it. We murdered the last person that told us this was a mistake, and she was right, the poet was right. We will all die up here. No. You're speaking out of fear because she planted that seed in your head. You're too traumatized by her to think straight, and now you doubt us. We all publicly tortured and killed her. All for what? Because her poetry and art upset us? Because she rejected one of you? What we did was wrong, and we are dying now. We are dying in space. If you think that's true, then you've gone insane too. We did her a favor. We, the elite, were just trying to help her by getting her to stop and see how foolish she is being. In the end, she chose her fate. The idea that any of us did this for malicious reasons is a lie. How can you say we were benevolent? We tortured and killed her. We left her for dead to suffer after doing unspeakable things. She died on her own. She wasn't strong. We actually tried to help her. Saying we had anything to do with causing harm is a lie. Humans have been doing unspeakable things to each other since the beginning of time. And you accuse us of mistreating her? What about all the other genocides and death? Do you not care about that? We would have died on Earth if we stayed. That poet's warnings were actively harmful, and we stopped her. And because you keep bringing up how we will all die up here, we will make you responsible for disposing of the dead. I can't get through to anyone. If this is what humanity is, then we deserve our fate. Yep. Isn't that such a novel thing to think about? They were so great, so glorious, so impervious. They were going to find another planet. To hell with this one. Still, the darkness that hovers between stars ate them. It's eerily quiet here. You can only hear the hum of machinery. Most of us are dead. You disposed of corpse. It's quiet. I can't hear the sound of people, of others, of anything. Nobody is left. What did we do? You disposed of another corpse. It's so quiet now. Another corpse. What's left of us are starving. It's so quiet here. Space is quiet. I can't stand it. Everything is breaking because there's nobody left to maintain it. This ship is floating dead in space. We can't dispose of the bodies fast enough anymore. There's not enough people left to do that, so I try. Why did the elite sentence the engineers to death? Because the engineers told them something was not possible and their pride was hurt. Then they sentenced the food growers to death because their egos were hurt for some other reason. It's always the same. Now look at us. Our leaders are fools, power-hungry, greedy, evil people we follow to our own death. It's our doing. We gave them power. We followed them. All for what? I boarded this part off. The way out of it is restricted. The part of the ship has no air left. No, idziemy tam, I guess. Nie idziemy tam. Nie wiem, gdzie mamy iść tutaj. Nope, can't do that. I guess I just continue. Not literally ate them, I suppose, but there they are. Their giant ships are tombs, floating lifelessly in a void that holds stars, planets, and moons. Now it holds them too. A graveyard for the species. They were not prepared for any of it. No, but don't you think it's all a little bit strange? They needed this place after all. They needed the water that they polluted and sold, the animals they drove to extinction, the forests they cut and bled, the seeds they poisoned, the air they burned, the entrails of the earth that they ripped out time and time again for the sake of glorious progress and profit. They actually needed it all. Nothingness. It always the awful nothingness that sits between the glow of endless stars. I want to go home. I feel weak. It's been days since I've eaten. The one that died before me said we should eat the dead, but I will never. I'm better than that. I think I'm the last one left. All I seem to do anymore is find random human remains, random dead things. I should have died on Earth. I feel so very weak. Yeah, buddy, it's rough, seemingly. I think it's novel to never listen, to kill artists and poets, to believe your own propaganda and put on a pedestal the most evil of men. They went up there to die in the end. None of the evil was ever necessary. I suppose Earth can heal now, if only. This glorious ship floating dead in space. Time is empty. Yeah. Just floating. A floating grave. Years turn into decades, decades into centuries, millennia. What comes next? More time? There's nothing here but time. Okay, I see. Can there be peace after so much injustice? What a mark this left. Horrible, clouded pain. You have to make this right. Maybe you can. No, idziemy do naszych czaszek. That's okay. Możemy spać teraz. Ja, czaszki są na ziemi. We're just hopping. Czy rozumiem, te messages, które dostawaliśmy, były o artystce, o tej, co pisała poezję, a pierwszy poemat to był prawdopodobnie jej poemat, a potem już mieliśmy perspektywę osoby, która opisywała ginącą ziemię, która potem zginęła w kosmosie. Go to her. Let's go.
Hummingbird catchers string their nets high, traps to show, nectar, crimson, gold. A heart to entice, hearts to snare, the one to buckle and fold. At times like these, the world feels cold, but times like these are testament to strength of soul. And I've got one to show. Hummingbird nets cast, how long will it last? Great men do unspeakable things. The greater believe it helps them win. But greatness isn't measured by the weight of sin. It's measured by the strength within. What you do and put another through. Greatness ill-excused. Our words are some castaway muse. Hummingbird abuse serves us no use. It may temporarily amuse, but soon it gets old. When all the greatest have colors and truth to show, nectar crimson and another's gold.
Or climbing.
Hummingbird snatchers. I heard they're collecting hearts and wished upon stars. Messengers beating wounded drums. It's a song to regret, bitter notes stuck in my head. Keep it so it can last, God knows they're trying. Beating too fast, keep it from flying. You can keep it, hopefully from dying. Steal a heart and greed makes one deaf and dumb. Feel my soul and heart thrum. Hummingbird trappers plotting soon enough. I can hear them. A message for the scheming. Greed makes us all dead. So come death, you among free men. These wounds hurt, but you can't see them. For each evil, I feel less. For each blow to me, I grow all the more fearless. So come face me, dear bitter demons, and tell them boldly that I too am a human being.
O! Z jakiegoś powodu wyskoczyło mi Save me, folder. Wybierz folder. What? Nowy folder? Jak to się tak nazywa jeszcze raz? Before the world died. Ja, okej. Bierz folder. Nie wiem, czy umiem wybrać folder. O. That's no good. O, jeez. A myślałem, że nie... Just some bad shit written here. Nie będziemy tego wszystkiego czytać. It's not good for your head. A. Włożymy do recycle bina te wszystkie rzeczy. Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck this. Okay. Recycle bin. Możemy to włożyć do recycle bina. How do we delete this shit? There we go. Oh man. Come on. Delete all. Tu jest. Oh, thank fuck.
Until you brought me back, I didn't even remember who I was before it all happened. Why don't you get out? I don't know how. I can't. It hurts so bad, I don't know how to move on. It's okay. It's time to go out. How? I'll take you. We can go together.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Dandelion through a crack. She's alone to color gray stone. I wonder how she does it. She grows so above it, even when no one loves it. What's her source of strength, I wonder? It seems endless. When she goes through great lengths just to grow, just to show her blooming face in an unwelcoming place. Although stepped on every day, her head's held high in the morning.
It's over. Yeah, we should. Yep. And it's over. Look at that. Godzina 36. Nie byłem przestać grać. Jak już zacząłem, byłem w środku, to miałem tak, kończymy. That was rough. I mean, you know, mówię rough, jeśli chodzi o triggery i inne rzeczy. Sad shit, really. A little hopeful at the end, but sad shit, really. Rough stuff. Musiał wykrzykniki dać koło uploadu tego. Don't watch it if you're depressed. But yeah, good stuff, I think. That was interesting. Nie wiem, czy bym chciał w to jeszcze raz pograć. Ciężkie. Ciężkie momenty. But yeah, that is good. That is good. Yeah. To był kolejny odcinek. Jedną sztukę, proszę. Do zobaczenia następnym razem. Bye.